What's happening, my people? It's CASSPORTS again, back for another afternoon with the family. Now, as usual, before I get started, let me give a shout out to the JBT community. It's just boxing talk. We're just a group of people that love to talk boxing. And we're always looking for others to join us. And you don't have to have a podcast channel or anything like that. The only requirement is you just have to love to talk boxing. That's all. Mike Masick in the building. Salute Mike Masick. Welcome to another episode of CASSPORTS, the Boxtorian. This is the Monday afternoon edition. How are you this afternoon, Mike? How was your weekend? Back starting out another week. And like I always say, I just talked to you a couple hours ago on Friday. That's what it seemed like anyway. As you know, we don't have a Saturday anymore. We go from Friday to Sunday, back to Monday. And here we are. Two cards this past weekend. Touch on those briefly. We're down to the super flyweight division today, or junior bantamweight, whatever you want to call it, 115-pound weight class. Little history of it. In profile 10 former stars that campaigned in the division. We're winding down. Only got 3 more to go. Be finishing up Thursday. It was fun. I learned a lot doing this lesson on the weight classes. A lot about the history of the weight classes and some of these stars that campaign in it. Unfortunately, the and Amanda Serrano card, Amanda was hurt and She didn't have her fight. But, I'm starting to like Jake Paul more and more because, what he did a class thing this weekend. He was moved to the main event and he still had the card. But he still gave a 100% refund to the crowd. Everybody that bought tickets still got a 100% refund. Now, you think the Godfather or Oscar or Eddie Hearn would have did that? Hell no. I can hit a Godfather now. Well, the co-main was moved to the main and you still got a good card. So I'm not giving anybody an effing thing. You know how the Godfather talk. But that was a good move by Jake this weekend. But still had a great card, though. Jake moved into the main. Now, Jake as a fighter, I don't know, but promoter, yeah, he's doing an excellent job, with women's boxing. Yeah. Proud of Jake. Because Godfather, Eddie Hearn, Oscar, you wouldn't have got no refund because they would have said the card still went on. But since they didn't have the main event, Jake gave everybody 100% refund, although they still got fights. That was big. Yeah. I hope everybody had a good weekend and getting your week started back off. Nice. Mine is okay now that I'm here with my people. Talking another episode of CASSPORTS, the boxing historian. Gonna wait a little while, get a few more people in here. I know they're coming. Mike Mason is always here early. Appreciate you, Mike Mason. And good to see you again. Always a pleasure. To be in this thing we call the JBT community. Via channels. And not just the channels. The people that's in the JBT that support the channels. That's the big part of it there, the supporters. Because you are only as good as your supporters. And the JBT have fire supporters. Big time supporters. And I'm proud to be a part of it. And we're in AJ and Nagano week. Yep. Coming up Friday. I'm looking forward to that one. Because, question is going to be answered. Is Nagano everything a lot of people think he is as a boxer? Or did Fury make him look good? Because it was a poorly trained, out of shape Fury. It wasn't the Fury that fought Deontay Wilder 3 times. No, it wasn't that Fury at all. So we're gonna get some questions answered Friday when he faces AJ. And if it's the AJ that was in the Day of Reckoning, that performance he gave, I don't give Nagano much of a chance against that AJ at all. Okay? That's just me. And maybe he'll surprise me and beat AJ. Who knows? But the good thing about it is we're going to see. Okay? We are going to see, and it's right up on us. And I still remember when they were just discussing that fight, negotiating, and here it is. We're in fight week for it. That's amazing. But I'm picking AJ. Possible stoppage. Possible stoppage. Everybody doing okay this afternoon? We talk about 2:30, get a few more people in the building. They're coming. Yeah, we're down to the super flyweight, where we have a lot of Asian fighters, you know, and a lot of them are not that well known by us over here in the West. And I'm gonna touch on that a little bit too. That are some good names, okay? Names like Coastside Galaxy, Jiro Watanabe, Masamori Takayama, Unkill Moon, those guys. And the super flyweight division, it started like 1980. One of the last divisions to be formed. But it's come a long way in just over 40 years. Yeah. We're going to touch on the fights that happened this weekend. And I don't know what we got coming up. I know we got AJ and Nagano this weekend. Quick look at what else we got coming up briefly, because it's early in the week. Who else is a fight week for, by the way? Let me check it out real quick. Gonna wait till about 2:30, like I always do. Get into the show. There we go. Here's the schedule right here. It's Saturday. What will it be? The 8th, something like that. Yeah, the 2nd was this past week. Yeah, Friday is the 8th. Yeah, AK and Nagano, and also Zilly Zhang and Joseph Parker on that card. Joseph Parker coming off of that big win over Deontay Wilder in the Day of Reckoning. I got Zilly Zhang in that one. Another title fight a couple title fights on there. Zilly Zhang and Parker is for Zhang's interim title. And then Ray Vargas and Nick Ball. Vargas has a WBC title. Pretty good card. That's what we got this weekend coming up. Touch on that later in the week as we get into it. And don't forget the contest is coming up Thursday. The CASSPORTS History Contest. 1 grand prize for the winner. 40 questions. I didn't think 20 was enough. 40 good questions. Of all things that I've talked about in my shows. Okay. We got the 4 different sections, 10 questions on each. We got the start out with the promotional company and sanctioning body section. There's Remo, salute Remo. Hashtag Let's Talk Fashion, hashtag JBT. And we only got a couple more days before the next hashtag Let's Talk Fashion coming up. Oh yeah. See how fast time is going around? And don't forget tomorrow, we get our preview of this week's hashtag Let's Talk Fashion from Remo. What's up, Remo? There's Thomas Hill, the mayor of YouTube Boxing, in the building. Thomas Hill, hashtag JBT. What's up, Thomas Hill? Welcome to another episode of CASSPORTS, the Box Storia. Justin James' name. Salute Justin James. Welcome Justin, good to see you. Of course, we're down to the super flyweight division today. And people are starting to come in there. That's why I always, Justin James, hashtag JBT, by the way, can't forget that. That's why I always wait until 2:30 to get started, because I know my people are coming. I'm the only one that's got to be on time, and half the time I don't even be on time. You got a bone to pick with me? Oh, the panel Sunday night? Oh, I don't know. I hope it's a meat on the bone. I'll be in the next one, I promise. I know I say that every week, but one of these weeks I'm going to show up. One of these weeks I'm going to show up. I was around, though. I was around. T Hill. I wasn't on the panel, but I was in the vicinity. Okay. Yeah, I will. I will definitely be on time. I even made a comment about Mr. Hackett when Jay asked him a question about what would he do if his son gets to contender status to become a mandatory, and how would he handle it? And he danced around the question. He was talking a lot of stuff about the subject, but when he was asked that question, he didn't answer it. So I had to pop in and say, Jay, Mr. Hackett still did not answer that question, and he didn't. You know? I didn't hear him answer it. Yeah, he didn't answer the question. He danced around it. With all due respect to Mr. Hackett. They directly asked him, since he knew so much about the subject, what would he do if his son got to that position as a mandatory, and then the sanctioning bodies didn't force the champion to honor that mandatory. He never answered what he would do about it, how he would handle it. Yeah, that brought me in. Didn't get me up on the panel, though. But yeah, I was saying before everybody came in about, I'm starting to like Jake Paul more and more, because you know what he did this weekend? You know, Amanda Serrano, the main event, was canceled. He still had the card, but Jake gave everybody a 100% refund. Now, do you think the Godfather or Oscar or Eddie Hearn would have did that? Hell no. Godfather would have been like, you still got the card, great card. You know, he wouldn't have gave anybody anything back. But that was a good move by Jake. Give everybody a 100% refund. Class act by Jake Paul this weekend. Now, y'all know Godfather, Eddie Hearn, or Oscar wouldn't have gave 1 penny back, because you still got the card, right? I just thought that was class. And Jake is a good promoter. Now, as far as a fighter, I don't know. He couldn't even beat Tommy Fury, so I don't think he's going too far with that. But as far as the promotional part of it, yeah. Great job by Jake Paul. Doing a good thing with the women's boxing. Yes. Yeah. But the other ones wouldn't have did it, T Hill. The Godfather definitely wouldn't have gave 1 penny back. He would have been like, you still got fights. Tim Layton in the building. Tim Layton, hashtag JBT, that is. What's up, Tim Layton? How are you today? On this Monday afternoon. Like I always say, I just talked to y'all a couple of hours ago on Friday, remember? And you know that they have eliminated Saturday. You know, we go from Friday to Sunday now. I don't remember a Saturday the last couple of weeks. Nope. So yeah, we're gonna get on this bantam super flyweight division, or junior bantamweight, 115 weight class. Let's just call it that. And we almost finished. We only got 3 more: flyweight, light flyweight, and minimum weight. I guess it's minimum weight, jaw weight. I don't know if that's the same thing, but it's down there. 105. That's the poundage. 105. It's the final one. We're going to get back into our other historical things. Like Friday, after we finish the weight classes, since I've been doing all these top 10s, 10 former fighters in these divisions, I'm going to talk about exactly how our fighters ranked, the criteria, just what is it? Okay, that'll be Friday. And then I'm going to be, each week, Friday will be the day that we profile a former fighter once a week. Okay, that's going to become a thing starting next week. And the CASSPORTS History Contest is Thursday, remember? 1 grand prize. I know Jay Hardcore said prize is, but it's 1 grand prize for the winner. It's 40 questions today. The winner is the person that answers the most questions correctly. Okay? 1 nice grand prize that I'm sure you can use. I could use it. Okay? I was thinking about seeing how I could put my old one in that box and tape it back up where it looked like it wasn't open. Keep the new one for myself. Nah. The thought never crossed my mind. The winner will be deserving of it. And it's going to be questions on things that I have talked about in my lives. This is my 107th show, by the way. 107. I let 100 pass without even acknowledging that it was 100. Yeah. But first, we're going to touch on the fight that happened Saturday. We had 2 cards. But yeah, we got bantamweights today, like, let me give you a couple of names that I'm going to profile today. Now, a lot of Asian fighters, because we're getting down into those lower weight classes where you don't see too many Americans in. But he's like, I actually got 1 American that I'm going to profile that fought at 115. Yeah. I can't think of any right currently, though. But people like Coastside Galaxy, Gilberto Roman, Jiro Watanabe, Johnny Tapia, Masamori Tokuyama, and the American is Mark Johnson. He fought at 115. Hall of Famer. Yeah. So I hope you enjoyed the show. I look forward to 2 o'clock now, where I can come in here and interact with my people. CASSPORTS, the Boxtorian. I like that name. Thank you, Thomas Hill. I would have never thought of a title like that in a million years. Let's get ready to get into it. We're going to talk about the card that was up in Verona, New York first at the Turning Stone Resort and Casino. Good main event on that one. Great main event. Excuse me for 1 moment. I don't know what my phone is doing. It'll be okay though. But how's everybody doing this Monday afternoon, getting back into the work week? And I'm gonna say these weeks come around fast. Time is a-flying, but it's okay. We're flying along right with it. Super Flyweight 115 division today, 115 weight class. That's down there. So they didn't really need that, right in between 112 and 118. So you got 4 weight classes within 10 pounds of each other. You got 112, you got 115, 118, 122. It seemed they could have just made they could have kept it at 112, 118. Could have made 1 weight class out of that, really. Went from 112, 118, then went to 126. But down in the lower weight classes, they are just like packed together like sardines. But I'll tell you what happened to cause that when I get into the show. There's a reason that they have them all packed in there like that. Okay, stay tuned to find out. Now we're gonna take a commercial break. Just kidding. Just kidding. Wish somebody would pay me to do some commercials. Appreciate you, Justin James. Like and subscribe. And subscribe to all these other JBT channels. I know all of us are kids already. Like Hardcore Boxing News, Just Do Boxing, Rise Podcast, Casual Corner, BN Boxing News, Remo, hashtag Let's Talk Fashion. That's our weekly show. Okay, let's do this. Now, the first card was up in Verona, New York at the Turning Stone Resort and Casino. Good fight, too. That was a good fight. Them guys. Yeah, it was kind of like the featherweight division was highlighted on this card, and they showed out. They showed out. That was that? Yeah, that was the top ranked card, right? Yeah, that was top ranked. The old Bob fought. Now you think if the main event, they had 2 championship fights. Now you think if one of those championship fights had got canceled and they showed the rest of them, do you think the Bob father would have gave a 100% refund? Of course not. But Jake Paul did, and I was very impressed. Bob father would have been like, no, you still got 6 good fights. But yeah, it was a good fight. Bramer Ford versus Adalbert Comatose. Okay. Now Ford dug down deep to take out Comatose in the last round to win the vacant WBA featherweight title. Yeah, they were going after the vacant strap down there at featherweight. Now I don't know how it became vacant. Okay. But Ford got the win. Now the TKO stoppage came with just seconds left in the fight, right? And Ford is the first American from Matchroom to win a world title. Okay. First American over there with Eddie Hearn to win a title. Yeah. Now both fighters started the fight out slow. But when Comatose got going, it seemed like he was landing punches from everywhere, you know. And Comatose left was scoring heavily. But Ford didn't back down. As the fight went on, Ford was bringing pressure, but Comatose was the busier of the 2 fights, right? Now both fighters was landing some serious leather, you know, and the crowd was going wild. The crowd was loving it because it was a fan-friendly fight. That one was very fan-friendly. Now when the fight got into the late rounds, Ford was still the aggressor, right? And he was landing some big uppercuts. And that forced Comatose to make an adjustment, right? And as he got into the 11th round, to the championship rounds, Comatose began to take over the fight, right? He was battering Ford, and Ford had a bad cut on his left eye that came from a clash of heads, okay? And now Comatose was battering Ford during the 11th round, but Ford came back and finished the round strong, right? Landed some big shots at the end of the 11th, and he carried that momentum into the 12th round. Started the 12th round with some nice flurry, right? Then he caught Comatose with a nice left hand, right? And started going to the body. And then in the final 30 seconds, Ford drove Comatose into the ropes, started battering him, and the referee finally stepped in and stopped it with just 7 seconds left in the fight, man. 7 seconds. And the judges, they had Comatose ahead on the cards at the time of the stoppage, right? And of course, there was talk, you know, the R word, robbery. But end of the day, Ford is a new champ. Keeps his oath. He's now 15-0 with 1 draw, 8 knockouts. That was Komato's first loss. He dropped to 12-1, 11 knockouts. Still got that impressive knockout rate though. Of his 12 wins, 11 of them came by knockout. Yep. And we had another championship fight on the card too. I'm gonna drop the music down just a notch. Excuse me for 1 second. Brand. Gotta go into the brand and get to the music. Oh my goodness. I should just leave it alone. Because the whole thing went out on me. Then I'll be happy. There's the volume. Oh, there's the volume. Okay, I'm just drop it down a touch. So I can hear myself think. Okay. Now there was another championship fight on the card. Back to the comments. There we go. And the other fight was Luis Alberto Lopez versus Raya Abe, right? And Lopez got an 8th round stoppage to retain his IBF featherweight title. And Lopez started out strong against Abe, right? This was Abe's first championship, first title fight. And Lopez kept that pressure on from the start to the finish of the fight. And by the second round, Abe's eye was already swollen. And that would affect him for the rest of the fight. And the doctor was monitoring his eye throughout the fight. Now, he was game, but it was clear the injury impacted his performance. And by the 8th round, the referee had seen enough, and he stopped it. But overall, it was a brilliant performance by Lopez, you know. And he goes to 30-2, 17 knockouts. Abe drops to 25-4, 1 draw, 10 knockouts. Okay. Now, elsewhere in the card, real quick, Brian Norman Jr. and Janelson Figueroa, they had their fight ended in a no contest. Troy Isley got the win over Marcos Hernandez, 7th round TKO. Then we had wait a minute, going the wrong way. That's a note. Bryce Mills defeated Garfield Nagayat via unanimous decision, 6th round unanimous decision. Threw a shutout on 2. But I get this. He threw a shutout on. That's why I don't understand these judges, man. I know people look at things differently, but how can 3 judges look at the same fight so differently? Aren't they using the same criteria? 2 judges gave Mills a shutout. One had it 58-56. Right? 2 judges had a shutout. One had him winning by 2 points. Ain't that crazy? How can 3 judges see the fight so differently? They're watching the same fight. That's crazy. They need to address these judging and the refereeing, for that matter. Okay, Floyd Diaz defeated Edwin Rodriguez, also unanimous decision. 79-73, 80-72, and 78-74. Diaz remains undefeated in his first 11 fights. Brandon Moore got the win over Halaman Ogren, another unanimous decision. Now, all 3 judges gave him the shutout. And Moore is also undefeated, 14-0. 14-0. A lot of undefeated fighters on the card. Rohan Polanco got the win over Tariq Zaina. Now, both of those came into it undefeated. That was another unanimous decision. Wide unanimous decision. 79-71 on 2 cards, 78-72 on the 3rd. And Nico Aliwash got back into the winning ways. I think that was his first fight since his loss. But anyway, he got the unanimous decision over Charles Stanford. And Nico got a shutout on 2 cards, 59-55 on the other. He's still fighting 6 rounders. And he gets his 9th win against 1 loss. Now let's go down to San Juan, Puerto Rico real quick. Of course, the main event didn't happen. But we had another championship fight on that card. It was Jonathan Gonzalez against Rene Santiago. And Gonzalez remained the WBO light flyweight champion. We're going to profile that weight class in a couple of days. That's 108, by the way. It was a tight fight, though, against Santiago. It was back and forth. Neither fighter could ever getting the edge over the entire fight. Now, despite showing some ring rust after a long layoff, Gonzalez's consistent pressure nailed down the victory for him. His pressure was the difference, yeah. Now, 117, 111, I didn't agree with that. 116, 112. 115, 113 was more along, but I thought it was. But Gonzalez retained his WBO light flyweight strap. Okay, and that was it. We're going to take a look into the past super flyweight today. Of course, Jake Paul won, but fight somebody, Jake. I don't know how many, but I like Jake as a promoter, though. Yeah, doing a great job promoting these women's fights. And we had another women's fight on that card, right? I think it was a 4-rounder, but it was 3 minutes. So that's big, to see a few women's fights getting 3 minutes. I think probably all the women's fights that Jake promote probably will be 3 minutes, Yeah. So that's good, man, because, 2 minutes, you get in there, then you're coming out of between rounds and you get in there, you executing your instructions, and 1 minute go past. Now you only got a minute left. Creates a sense of urgency. You can't sit back and take your time and just fight, Whereas the 3 minutes, you get through that first minute, then you got that minute in the middle, because you get to that final minute so fast, before you know it, there's only 30 seconds left in the round. So, I think the women really deserve 3 minutes, and it's good to see some women's fights getting it. It really is, because I think they deserve it. Yeah, and more women should do like Amanda, because the other 3, WBA, IBF, WBO, are willing to sanction. It's the WBC that's the holdout. So do like Amanda did, drop the belt, And like I was saying last week, once those sanctioning fees start becoming slow in coming, the WBC will get on board with 3 minutes for the women, Yeah, because that's what it's all about, those sanctioning fees. They stop coming, Mauricio will be happy to sanction 3-minute fights. Amanda done showed the way. Women, follow her, get on board. Do the same thing. That's the way. Drop the belts. It's 3 other belts out there. And the WBC will get on board as everybody starts dropping those belts. I guarantee you they will. Because the women want 3-minute rounds. You take a poll and ask 50 women what would they rather fight, 2 or 3-minute rounds. I guarantee you all 50 of them will say 3. So that's what they got to do. Amanda Serrano has showed them the way. Follow her. And men too. You're not getting what you want from these sanctioning bodies, drop the belt. I know you want to be champion, but hey, you got to stand for something and stop falling for anything. You know what I mean? Yeah. So, super flyweight today is the weight class we're talking about. That's super flyweight / junior bantamweight, or 115 pounds. Okay. Now look into the past, super flyweight. How's everybody doing this Monday afternoon, starting out a new work week? Hope everybody's day is going good. Work is going good. Weekend was good. The couple of hours that it lasted. Hope they were a good couple of hours. And remember, get ready for the CASSPORTS history contest Thursday. It was moved from Wednesday to Thursday because I might not be here Wednesday, but I definitely will be here Thursday. I might be here Wednesday, but I know I will Thursday. So I moved the contest. 40 questions. I didn't finish telling you the categories. 10 questions on promotional companies and sanctioning bodies. 10 questions on the Four Kings. Okay. 10 questions on the years from 1900 to 1959. Then the final 10 will be on 1960 to 1999. I very rarely come up past 2000 because 20 years ago, that's not, So yeah, that's what it's going to be about. It's going to be fun. Good questions too. All things I've said while I've been doing the show. Okay. Now, super flyweight, also referred to as junior bantamweight, is a weight division in professional boxing contested from 112 pounds and up to 115 pounds. Okay. You gotta keep an eye, see if anybody. I don't want to miss anybody. Yeah, nobody came in. Up to 112 to 115, right? Now, the first title fight in this division was in 1980. So this division is not that old. 1980, when the World Boxing Council responded. Now, this is why. Remember, I was talking about all those divisions squeezed in there together. This is why they came up with 115. Okay. In 1980, the World Boxing Council responded to pressure from Asian and Latin American members who felt the difference between the flyweight limit 112 and the bantamweight limit 118 was too significant. Now, I don't know why it's only 6 pounds, right? Welterweight to junior middleweight is 7, okay? Middleweight to super middleweight is 8. So why was 6 too significant? But that's what happened. The WBC made this 115 division, right? Because the Latin American and Asian members of the body was complaining. They said 112 to 118 was too much. They needed one in between, which is, I think, is ridiculous. I mean, you got 4 weight classes between 10 pounds, 112 to 122. That's too much, right? 112, 115, 118, 122. I thought it should have been 112 to 118, then go to 126. You don't need 115 or 122. I don't think. Okay. But that's just CASSPORTS. I have nothing to do with creating the weights and all. If I did, that's how it would be. Flyweight, 112, bantamweight, 118, and then featherweight, 126. That's how it was before they created all these tweener divisions. But that's where 115 came from. Okay, now the first championship fight was between Rafael Orono and Sang Hoon Lee. Orono won the. Wait a minute. Yeah. Okay. The first title fight was in 1980 when the WBC responded to pressure from Asian and Latin American members. Felt the difference between flyweight and bantamweight was too significant. Okay. Yeah, Rafael Orono won the title that year by defeating Sang Hoon Lee. Okay. Now, the World Boxing Association followed suit next year in 1981. Because when one of them do something, the next one gonna fall right in line. So the WBA had their first title fight in 1981 when Gustavo Ballas won the vacant title. Of course, it was vacant. That was the first fight. He knocked out Chuba Bayek. I told you. Remember I told you last week, when I get to these lower classes, I'm going to do some butchering. Because mostly Asian fighters down there. Not too many Americans. I actually got an American on this list before that 115, though. I was surprised. I knew about it, but I thought he had fought a little higher, like 122, but yeah. But I can't think of any currently that fights down that low, any Americans at all. Can anybody? I can't. I thought it was one of the Russells that fought at 118. so I'm not sure. Gary Allen or something like that. But anyway, Rafael Orono, he won the, slow down, Cass. Gustavo Ballas won the inaugural WBA title, okay? Then the International Boxing Federation, IBF, had their inaugural championship fight in 1983. Their first champion was Judo Chun. Judo Chun, I guess that's right. J-U-D-O-C-H-U-N. Judo Chun, right? Knowing them is probably J-Do Chun. The J-U-D-O Chun was the first IBF champion in 1983. He knocked out Ken Kasugi. Told you. Now, notable champions in this division has been, there we go, Elias Picao, Gilberto Ramon, Jiro Watanabe, Moon Sung Kil, Nana Konadu, Mark Johnson, that's the American I was talking about, Johnny Tapia, Robert Quiroga, Danny Romero, Vic Darchinyan, Kosai Galaxy, Samson Dutch Boy Jim. Wow, what a name. Samson Dutch Boy Jim, that's his name. Nonito Donaire, Roman Gonzalez, Chocolatito, Carlos Quadras, Teporif, Singwon Cha, Naoya Inoue, Omar Andre Narvaez, Joe Arroyo, Juan Francisco Estrada, and Sriskarat Sor Rungvisar. Okay, those are some of the champions over the years since 1980. A few of them that they've had at super flyweight. Okay. Now here okay. Now Kosai Galaxy holds the record for most consecutive title defenses at super flyweight with 19 of the WBA title. Okay, that's the most of any sanctioning body at super flyweight. 19 defenses. I think 16 of them was by knockout. Now, the current world champions at super flyweight are as follows. That's right now, 2024. The WBA is Kazuto Ioka. The WBC is Juan Francisco Estrada. Bam Rodriguez get ready to go up there and take that from him, from Estrada. Watch. The IBF is Fernando Martinez, and the WBO is Kosai Tanaka. Now the current rankings are, this is for Ring Magazine. They actually have a champion. Ring don't usually have champions listed, but they got Juan Francisco Estrada as their champion. I guess that'd be Bam, because they're trying to negotiate a fight right now, I believe. Bam and Francisco Estrada. Bam Rodriguez was actually had a belt at super flyweight before. Then he went down to flyweight where he currently campaigns. Okay, rank number 1 is Kazuto Ioka. Number 2 is Roman Gonzalez. I don't know if Chocolatito is even still fighting. He hasn't fought since 2022. Number 3 is Junto Nakatani. Number 4 is Fernando Martinez. 5 is Kosai Tanaka. 6 is Sor Rungvisar. 7 is Francisco Rodriguez Jr. 8 is Andrew Maloney, one of the Maloney brothers. His brother's a champion at bantamweight. 9 is Carlos Quadras, and 10 is Israel Gonzalez. Okay. Okay, now we take a look at 10 former fighters. They campaigned in the division. Okay. Monday. Now, like I was saying, this division has a lot of fighters from the eastern part of the world, Asians. A few South Americans, but not many Americans. I actually found one that was campaigned there like in the 80s, 90s, but now I can't think of any Americans that currently campaign down that low. Okay. I guess nobody did. I don't see none in the chat. But yeah, Super Flyweight. So how was everybody this Monday? Monday again. I was a hangout this morning. I missed the hangout this morning. I was don't know what I was doing. I was busy, working. Can't get in every day, Okay. Super Flyweight Junior Bantamweight is a division that has caught its share of flack with what seems like an unnecessary gap between 112 and 118, right? The interest has been marginal in the United States and Europe. Now, this look at 10 former fighters that competed in this division will reveal a deep cast of quality fighters, especially for a weight class that has only been around since 1980. Okay? Now, most of the great fighters in this division are from the eastern part of the world, as I was saying. So Westerners may not be familiar with many of them. At the end of the day, the great Asian 115-pounders' resumes speak for themselves. There are some great 115-pound fighters and title fights that went unnoticed by Western fans. That's us. Well, it might be somebody in here from Japan, I don't know, or from Asia. But, for Western fans, a lot of these 115-pound fighters and a lot of their title fights have went unnoticed by Western fans. So, while some of these fighters I talk about today may be unfamiliar, keep in mind that there's a whole different world of boxing in Asia, where champions can remain hidden from boxing fans in the United States, like I was saying. But all these fighters I talk about today belong among the top fighters that competed at Super Flyweight, no doubt. Okay? They all belong. They're all great fighters. What y'all think about that AJ and Ngannou this weekend? I got AJ. Okay. It ain't gonna be like no out of shape, overweight Fury. There's William Old School Orant. I didn't even see you come in the building, bro. What's up, William Old School Orant? Welcome to another episode of CASSPORTS, the box historian. Okay? We are in the Super Flyweight division today, Old School. And Old School, don't forget the CASSPORTS history contest is Thursday. You want to be in here, bro? You could use the grand prize we revealed at the beginning of the show Thursday. Okay. One grand prize for the winner who answers the most questions correct. 40 questions. Gonna be fun. 40 good questions. Y'all better hope I don't win it. They all said, how can CASSPORTS win it? What kind of nonsense is that? You're gonna have the answers right in front of you, Cass. Nah, I'm not eligible. Or Miss Cass. That would be something if Miss Cass win. It would really be something if I win. No, but all jokes aside, it's Thursday. Salute to William Old School Orant, though, in the building. Good to see you, bro. Weather must be bad down in New Orleans today. The Old School is in here with us. Okay, for another episode of CASSPORTS. Good to have him. Old School always keep a lot of activity going on in the chat. Hopefully I had time to drop the link today. You got AJ, Justin? All right. I do too. Like I was saying, it's not going to be no out of shape, poorly trained Fury taking Ngannou lightly this time. It's going to be AJ. AJ coming at it like he's fighting a former world champion that's been boxing for years. Okay? And it just makes a difference, man. But don't get me wrong now. Don't count Ngannou out. Because I don't know much about MMA, but they say he was excelled at the part where you stand up, what they call striking and all that. They say Nagano excelled at that part and got a lot of stoppages from on his feet. So, don't count him out. Now, if it's the AJ that gave that good performance at the Day of Reckoning, all I give Nagano is a puncher's chance. Okay, that's all. And not much of that. Yeah, I do too, Old School. I hope he wins. Because Fury gave it a black eye just by letting didn't Nagano win on one card? Wasn't it a split decision? And he got knocked down, man. That would have been bad. Them MMA people would have been. You see all the trash they talk when Floyd let Conor McGregor go, what was it, 10 rounds? Just think if Fury would have lost, man. I think AJ will get the job done, though. I really do. Yeah, Justin, that's what I'm saying. That is exactly what I'm saying, Justin. Justin said, yeah, he was a bad in MMA. All he need is one punch. Yeah. He said he was bad as F in MMA. All he needs is one punch. That's what I was saying, Justin. You can't count him out. He put Fury on his butt. So, yeah. Old School says he got a feeling that Nagano going to destroy him. Wow. I hope that don't happen, man. That would be a black eye for our sport, man. Them MMA people going to be, Oh, you think he pulled it out against Fury? Old School? I didn't see it. I have never watched it. I'm going to watch this one, though. I don't usually watch those ones. Is this pay-per-view or is it on the Zone or what? I don't know. Is it on the Zone or is it pay-per-view with it? Or I'm not sure. I usually don't watch those crossover fights like that, though. But I'm going to watch this one because what he did with Fury. I'm interested. I can't wait. I'm looking forward to this. And then Saturday we got who we got Saturday? I just went over there. I can't remember. But it's a pretty good card overall too. Zhilei Zhang and Joe Parker. Parker coming off of that win over Wilder, and we got another title fight on the card. Ray Vargas is fighting Nick Ball. Yeah, Zhilei Zhang and Parker is for the interim title. Yeah. So it's a good card overall. Them Saudis know how to do it. I gotta give them credit. Yeah. But I hope the Zone, okay, Justin, the Zone. I hope AJ get the job done. Old School think he got a gift. But yeah, excuse me. AJ got to get the job done, man. He can't come in like that MMA guy beat him with an 0-1 record his second fight. So Fury did bad enough, even though he got the win by getting knocked down. And I'm not sure. Anybody know? Didn't one judge give it to Nagano? Didn't he get a split decision? So that's bad enough. If Fury lost on one card, man, a guy in his debut fight beat the heavyweight champion of the world on one judge's card is bad enough. That's just like winning the fight. Can you imagine somebody coming from MMA beating Ali on one judge's card, or Foreman or somebody? No way, man. They would have destroyed the person. Wouldn't even have played around with the food, man. But Fury, you could see folds of meat all around his back and everything, man. I don't even think he trained at all. He came straight from the beach somewhere to the arena or from the bar. He didn't train. Took the guy lightly. And the guy came in and he had Mike Tyson over there with him, man. Plus he had a boxing background. So let me get started. I told y'all, Old School let's get stuff stirred up in here. But it's all good, Old School. I appreciate you. Now we're the first person is, oh yeah, I gotta get my presentation ready too. Yeah, I got pictures. Yeah. Yes. Okay. Go to brand. Don't need the ring. Right. Now the first person is now. I told you I'm going to be butchering some names because we got mostly Asians and stuff on. When you get down in these weight classes, man, you know. But I told you I actually found one American that was down there. Yeah. The first person is Wait a minute. Where's the first? Okay. Coastside Galaxy. That sounds right. Oh, wait a minute. Let me get that comment out of there. We don't need that either. There we go. Coastside Galaxy. That's Coastside. Okay. Kind of dark, but hey, that's Coastside. Now, Coastside Galaxy. Okay. Oh, there's Lonnie Lee. Salute Lonnie Lee. Welcome to another episode of Cass Sports, the box story. I'm not no historian. I'm a box story. Let's get ready to say his story. I'm a box story. There's a difference. I'm the difference. But salute to Lonnie Lee. Hashtag JBT in the building. Just boxing talk. That's all it is. These are people that love to talk boxing. Looking for others to join us. Only requirement is you just have to love to talk boxing. That's all. Okay. Salute Lonnie Lee. Coastside Galaxy. See a lot of names. Who else came in here? Nobody. Okay. Now, Coastside Galaxy fought from 1980 to 1991. 11-year career. Okay. He finished up with a record of 47 wins, just one loss. 41 of his wins was by knockout. And Coastside, where's Coastside from? Okay, I didn't put where Coastside was from. Okay, well, in a violent sport like boxing, having power is the great equalizer and the most memorable of qualities, right? Galaxy, therefore, stands out as the most unforgettable of all 115 pounders. Yeah, this guy has some power. His torso told the story. With a heavily muscled physique, he got down to 115 pounds. Right? In many ways, his great legitimized the weight class as WBA champion from 1984 to 1991. Remember, I told you he had the record in the weight class with 19 title defenses. I think 16 of them was by 16 by knockout of his 19 title defenses. 16 by knockout. This cast hashtag JBT salute. 16 by knockout. Okay. Champion for 7 years, 1984 to 1991. Left a lot of his challengers struggling to regain their senses. Now, when he turned pro, he lost his 7th fight, okay? Never lost again. Okay? He seemed like he was vulnerable. His chin wasn't the best, okay? But his power always won the day. Didn't have a good chin, but the power he had overcame that chin every time. Except for once. Lost the 7th fight, okay? Like I was saying, while a lot of people won't recognize a lot of names I talk about today, this guy here, Coastside Galaxy, he beat 7 world champions and knocked every one of them out. Okay? 7 world champions as his victims in the 19 defenses and knocked every one of them out. Okay? Coastside Galaxy. Bad boy. Next one on the list is Gilberto Roman. Ooh, an easy name. Gilberto. It's Gilberto. Sorry I didn't have Coside's nationality. But Gilberto is Mexican. Gilberto Roman is Mexican. Now he fought from 1981 to 1990. He only had a 9-year career, but that's long enough in that ring. I said only, but 9 years is long enough. Climb up them steps and go through them ropes, okay? For 9 years, that's an accomplishment. I didn't do it for one day, so hey, sorry about saying only 9 years. Mexican fighter, had 54 wins, 6 losses, 1 draw, 35 by knockout. And his name is hardly mentioned, okay? Okay, he used speed, ring smarts, good ring IQ, made him one of the greats at 115. In 1986, he defeated Jim Watanabe, made 6 defenses before losing the strap in 1987. Then he got his title back by beating Sugar Baby Rojas to regain the belt. Made 4 more quality defenses. Wins over, he beat Rojas in the rematch. And between his 2 title reigns, he made 11 defenses. Now he had a fast lifestyle. A lot of rough fights. That's why his career was so short. By 27 years old, you had seen the best of him. And he passed away in a tragic car accident when he was only 28 years old, right in the middle of his prime. Gilberto Roman. Like Salvador Sanchez, you can only wonder what he would have been if he hadn't died so young. Yeah. Yeah, 9 years is plenty old school. Especially fight, yeah, that style, man. Yeah, they take some punishment. You know, they take 5 to get in there and get 1 good one. Yeah, a lot of people don't, especially this list, because there's going to be a lot of Easterners, you know, a lot of Asians. Like I was saying in the beginning, a lot of Westerners don't know too much about them. They all quality fighters, though. The next guy is Jiro Watanabe. Jiro Watanabe. Here he is. Of course, that's him delivering the right hand. Ooh, that looked like a knockout punch there. Right down the middle. So could that be a hook? I don't know. Half straight, half hook, but I know it's blade flush. But his eye was swollen up after that punch. Whoever that was, he was fighting. But Jiro Watanabe, okay, from Japan. Now he only fought, well, there I go again, only. He fought 7 years, 1979 to 1986. Ended up with a record of, he only had 28 fights, 126, lost 2. 17 by knockout from Japan. Okay. Yeah, I had 2 old school and appreciate those guys, man, because you see a lot of their fights are fan friendly. Okay, a lot of action. But Jiro Watanabe. Now you're talking to an old school Asian fight fan, their eyes will light up when talking about him. Okay. He was crafty and clever in the ring. Cunning, southpaw. Got his first title shot after 2 years. Narrowly lost to Chi Ho Kim. I think he's on this list too. Then a year later, He was successful. He got the WBA title over Rafael Pedraza. Kept his title for 4 years. Reigned for 4 years, 11 straight successful defenses. His first defense went up against Gustavo Ballas, who was 57-1 at the time, okay? Never been stopped. He stopped him. Okay. He didn't lose until 1986 when he lost a decision to Gilberto Ramon, guy I just talked about. Okay. And he only had 28 fights, and half of them was world title fights. Half of his fights were world title fights for Hiro Watanabe. Okay. Next up is Johnny Tapia. Johnny Tapia. Where are you, Johnny? There's Johnny. His hands raised up. Must have just beat somebody. Now, Johnny, from New Mexico, Albuquerque, New Mexico. Down there where Skywalker territory. Skywalker Boxeo. Okay. Johnny, now he had a 23-year career. No. 13. 1988 to 2011. Okay, he had a record of 59 wins, 5 losses, 2 draws, and 30 knockouts. Mike Rhyme in the building. What's up, Mike Rhyme? Going over the super flyweights today. Salute to Mike Rhyme, everybody. Welcome to another episode of CASSPORTS, a Boxtorian. Yeah, super flyweight, and right now we're talking about Johnny Tapia, American, on the list. One of the rare Americans that you'll find down in those lower weight classes. Rarely. I can't think of any. Anybody thought of one yet that currently fights down that low? I can't think of it. I don't think there is any. But Johnny Tapia from 1988 to 2011, there's 2 Americans on this list, actually. Now, Johnny won 15 championship fights in this division. And it's widely thought that he won one of the most high-profile 115 title fights ever in the United States. Okay, because most of those are fought overseas in this division. He beat Danny Romero, Mexican fighter. Okay, that's thought up to be one of the most high-profile 115-pound title fights ever in the United States. He had 40. Now he eventually moved up to bantamweight, but he never lost a fight at super flyweight. He had 45 fights at super flyweight. Never lost in that division. Okay, Johnny Tapia. Never lost at super flyweight. Okay, he had a deep body of work in this division. When he moved to bantamweight, he was thought of as the best bantamweight in the world. Had some drug problems, and he retired for 3 years. But he came back in 1994 and got the title back. Okay, won the WBO title after having some problems with drugs. Came back out of retirement, out of a 3-year retirement, and got the title back. By that time, he was at bantamweight, though. Okay, but that was quite an achievement. Now, sometimes some historians and other boxtorians, if there are any, sometimes they question the quality of his resume. But he had some quality people on there too, you know. And his motor, he never stopped going. Had a gas tank, one of the best gas tanks of all time, known for his gas tank. Johnny Tapia. Okay. Next, number 5, Masamori Takayama. I don't think I'm doing too bad with these names so far, but I'm not gonna start bragging yet though. Masamori Takayama. I don't think that's too bad. There's Masamori, and dyed his hair. Now, Masamori fought for 12 years, from 1994 to 2006. Okay? They had 36 fights, won 32, lost 3, 1 draw, 8 knockouts. He's from Korea, Korean fighter, okay? North Korea. Now, he made his name in Japan, okay, although he was from North Korea. A lot of his fights was in Japan. Now, in title fights, he had 12 title fights. He only lost 1. Went 11-1 in his title fights. All of them was against quality opposition, okay? He beat undefeated WBC champion Ju Chu in 2000 to win the WBC belt originally. Beat Hiko Nago. And then he stopped Chu again in the rematch. His best wins was he beat Jerry Penalosa twice. Okay. Penalosa was one of the most talented 115-pound fighters of that era, you know, 90s, early 2000s. And Tokoyama beat him twice. I know y'all probably heard of Jerry Penalosa. That wasn't too long ago. 90s, 2000s, Penalosa was a man for a while at 115. And Tokoyama beat him twice. Okay. Show you how good he was right there. Beat Dmitry Kirillov, Russian. What is a Russian doing way down there? That's crazy. Then he lost his belt to Katsushige Kawashima. He had beat him before. But he regained the belt from him in the rematch, and then he retired after that. He had a slew of quality wins. And he is one of the more unappreciated champions in modern history. Masamori Takayama was, yes he was. Okay. Number 6 on the list is Sun Kill Moon. Sun Kill Moon, little side picture. Yeah. Oh wow, he slept till 12. Also got up just in time for CASSPORTS. Appreciate it. Sun Kill Moon is next. That's him. Now he fought 6 years, 1987, 1993. He's from Korea, another Korean fighter. Now he participated in the 1984 LA Olympics. Didn't medal, but he was in there. He had a long amateur career, 233 fights, winning 219 of them. He had 22 professional fights in his 6 years, won 20, lost 2, 15 knockouts. That's not that bad of a knockout rate, 15 and 20 fights. No. Oh, Tim, you still on the plantation? Oh, man. Well, I hope I'm helping you get through the last little bit of it. Your Monday. You'll be all soon. But we're on Sun Kill Moon. Yeah, that's Sun Kill right there. Okay. 6-year career, 22 fights. Now, out of his 22 fights, 15 of them were title fights, right? Out of 22 fights, 15 of them was title fights. Now, he started out at bantamweight. You don't hear about this too. He dropped down to 115, but I guess down there in them weight classes, dropping down is easy because it's only 3 pounds, right? From 118 to 115, so it's basically about the same weight class. Like I was saying, you got 4 weight classes within 10 pounds of each other. That's ridiculous. So he started out at 118, then he dropped down to 115. Won his first fight over Nana Konadu. He defeated Gilberto Romain in 8 rounds in his first defense. Wow, 8 rounds in a title fight. He was hard-hitting and aggressive fighter, Moon was. Yeah. He beat an American Greg Richardson, who was a 2-division champion. He beat Hilario Zapata and future champion Carlos Salazar. I know y'all heard of him, Carlos Salazar. He wasn't champion at the time when Moon beat him. A chunk of Moon, yeah. But Moon still beat him. Now, he only fought 6 years, but it was one of the most productive 6-year careers you will ever see. Because remember, he had 22 fights in those 6 years. 15 of them was title fights. Okay, yeah. Sun Kill Moon. Next, I gotta come down some. After Sun Kill Moon, we have, this is number 7, Chu Ho Kim. Told you, a lot of Asian fighters. Chu Ho Kim on the list. Okay. Chu Ho Kim. Bear with me for a second, please. Get the Chu Ho. Where's Chu Ho? There he is. Now, Chu Ho fought 5 years, 1978 to 1983. And he had 22 fights, 24 fights. He's from South Korea. Okay. Won 19, lost 3, 2 draws, only 9 knockouts. Okay, let me see what's happening in the chat. Are you going fishing tomorrow, old school? Depends on the weather. Yeah, you don't want to get sick. You want to be well for that CASSPORTS history contest Thursday. Don't miss that. You might be the winner. Okay. Yeah, don't get sick out there, old school, before Thursday. Well, don't get sick at all, but definitely not before Thursday. Now, who are we talking about? Chu Ho Kim, 5-year career, 24 fights, 19 wins, 3 losses, 2 draws, 9 knockouts. Now, he retired at 22 years old, but he had a very high quality short career. Okay. He was 19 years old when he knocked out unbeaten WBC champion Rafael Orono, who's on this list, in Venezuela, where Orono was from. 19 years old, went to the champion's hometown and knocked him out. That's quite an accomplishment there. Quite an impressive accomplishment for a teenager, right? Now, his first defense was against one of the greatest 115-pounders ever, Jiro Watanabe. I think I already did Jiro. Yeah, right? Still a teenager. And he beat him by unanimous decision. Then he made 4 defenses before he lost the belt to guess who? Orono, the man he had won it from. I know he didn't go back down to Venezuela because he was the champion, and I don't know where that was at. But Orono got him in the rematch. It was a few fights later, though. When this was in South Korea, so Orono returned the favor. Kim went down there to Venezuela and beat him in his home country. Then he went to South Korea and took the belt back. Okay, but Kim did make 4 successful defenses. And then 1 fight later, he retired at 22 years old. Don't say why, but he did. He retired at 22. Yep. Wow, that's crazy. And he was having a good career. Don't say whether he had an injury or what. That's crazy. When the knocked out the champion in his home state at 19, 4 successful defenses, lost it to the same man he took it from. Then he had 1 more fight and retired at 22. That's crazy. Oh well. Next is Rafael Orono. That's the guy that we was just talking about that Kim went up against. Rafael Orono. Yeah. Rafael Orono. Now he had a 9-year career from 1979 to 1988. Of course, I just told you he was from Venezuela. Okay, he had 41 fights. He won 32. He lost 9. Oh, he won 32 and lost 7 with 2 draws. Okay. Now he turned pro in 1979 and won the Vic and WBC Super Flyweight title in only his 11th fight, with a decision over Sun Hoon Lee the following year. He made 3 successful defenses before losing it. Now he became a 2-time champion when he won the rematch against Chung Ho Kim in 1981 by knockout. Now he's a 2-division champion and had wins over some of the top fighters of his time, such as Jovito Rengifo, Sun Hoon Lee, Orlando Maldonado, Raul Valdez, Chu Ho Kim, Ramon Balbino, and Sung Hun Kim. He had a short amateur career, winning 49 of 57 fights. He fought in the first WBC title fight to go 12 rounds in 1983. Yeah, when they dropped down from 15 to 12, he fought in the first 12 rounder. Okay. And he was also the WBC's first ever super flyweight champion. Remember? I told you that before. Orono fought in the super flyweight division for his entire career. Okay. Rafael Orono. Now next is another American, Mark Johnson. Now what happened? Bear with me for a minute. A little technical difficulty, ain't nothing I can't handle though. Then again, it might be something I can't handle. I don't know what's going on. It's not who Kim. Wait a minute. Yeah, that's Mark Johnson. Okay. Yeah. Number 9, Mark Johnson. Okay. Now he's American from Washington, D.C. Had a record of 44 wins, 5 losses, 28 by knockout. Stay with me for 1 second. Mark Johnson. From Washington, D.C., right? Okay, here we go. Now, okay, Mark Johnson fought from 1990 to, no, that's not right, 2006, 16 years, okay? What did I say? He had a record of 44-5 with 28 knockouts for Washington, D.C. Mark Johnson. Little brief discussion about Mark. Oh, there it is, right there. I'm going to do all that. Now, Marcellus Joseph Johnson, better known as Mark Too Sharp Johnson. He was a 3-time world champion in 2 weight classes, having held the IBF Flyweight title from 1996 to 1999, the IBF Junior Bantamweight title from 1999 to 2000, and the WBO Junior Bantamweight title from 2003 to 2004. Now, fast and talented fighter, Johnson displayed combinations of dazzling hand speed, punching power, and technique from his southpaw stance. Okay. He was widely considered to be one of boxing's top pound-for-pound elites during his championship reigns. He had a very decorated amateur career, including winning the 1989 U.S. Golden Gloves National Championship at light flyweight. Wow, 108. Well, he was young then, though. As a professional, he reached a peak Ring Magazine pound-for-pound ranking of 5th in 1998. And he was the first black boxer to win a flyweight world title, okay? 112. Makes sense. You don't see too many Americans, period, down there, black, white, whatever, you know, down in that at that low. I don't know of any right now. Okay, but he was the first black boxer to win a flyweight title, world title. Now, Johnson never attained significant popularity due to his weight class and lack of defining fight. But he still went on to become one of the top pound-for-pound fighters in boxing for years. Now, he managed his own career independently instead of signing with an established promoter, and that contributed to his inability to secure high-profile fights. He was inducted into the International Boxing Hall of Fame in 2012, Mark Too Sharp Johnson. And the last one on the list is Fernando Montiel. Okay. Fernando Montiel brings up the rear, 334. Might be able to drop the link, who knows? Now, Fernando fought 10 years, from 1996. No, he fought 20 years, from 1996 to 2016. Most of y'all probably heard of him because he just retired like, 8 years ago. Okay. From Mexico, he had 62 fights. Okay, that's a lot. Down there, you don't really, those, like the old school was saying, those guys mix it up and, you don't see a whole lot of fights, a real long careers. But he had 60, 20-year career. 154, lost 6, had 2 draws, 39 by way of knockout. Okay. Now, wait a minute, let me put Fernando up on the screen. Here's Fernando. Just beat somebody or just did something. Okay. Everybody doing okay this Monday? Tim is working his way to the day. Can't wait to get off the plantation. He'll be off soon. I hope I'm helping him work his way through it. Okay. Now, Fernando, right? Long career, 60 fights. He's a former 3-division world champion. He reigned at flyweight, junior bantamweight, and bantamweight from 2001 to 2011. Those were his championship years. But he fought till 2016. But it was primarily his work at this weight class we're talking about, junior bantamweight, super flyweight, 115, that made him a standout. Now, his first championship fight in the division ended tragically with a fatal knockout of then WBO champion Pedro Alcazar. They had wins over big names like Yvonne Hernandez, who was unbeaten at the time that Montiel beat him. He beat Z Goria and tough Martin Castillo. Fernandez had impressive power, speed, and good boxing ability. His nickname is Cochulito. I don't know what that means. And he comes from a boxing family. His father, uncle, and all three of his brothers were boxers. His father fought legendary flyweight Miguel Cantu in 1973 in a Mexican flyweight title fight, dropping a 12-round decision. Now, during his 20-year career, Montiel fought many of the top fighters in the various weight classes that he campaigned in. Okay, and there's 10 profilees for today. 3 more to go. Tomorrow will be flyweight. I'm gonna drop the link in there in case anybody want to come chop it up or chop it down. Okay. This is what the likes looking like today. Oh, good. Wow. Looking good. I didn't know I had that many people in here. Okay, some of the people that didn't comment is hitting the like. Beautiful. Yes, that is wonderful. I'm gonna put the link in. But everybody doing okay? This is Monday. We got AJ and Nagano at the end of the week. Okay. We had some great fights Saturday. I still like what Jake did. You know, the main event wasn't on the card, but they still had the card. But Jake gave everybody 100% refund. Now, the Barfather, Eddie Hearn, Oscar wouldn't have did that. They would have been like, you still got the card. They wouldn't have gave back nothing, right? Only way they got a refund if the card just didn't go on at all. But Jake still gave 100% refund and had some good fights on the card. So that was yeah. I'm starting to like it. Not as a boxer, as a promoter. You know what I mean? Yeah, because as a boxer, I don't know. But old Jake. But as a promoter, yeah. And he's doing good things for the women. Yes, he is. He's getting in those 3 rounds. He's getting them paid. And I don't know why more of the women don't follow Amanda. Let's get rid of that WBC belt. You know? They don't want to sanction you. They want to give you 2 minutes, 10 rounds, and championships. You know, get away from them. They going up them steps between them ropes just like the men is. Why should their fights be any different? Okay? I don't get it. Oh, shoot. Got to turn the volume down. You know what I mean? Yeah. Yeah. Bear with me for a minute. I'm putting the link in here. You might want to chop it up, chop it down, chop it all around. On CASSPORTS, the History Channel, aka the Boxtorian. I know y'all can hear that clicking. Sorry about that. But it's Monday. We got the big week coming up. AJ and Nagano Friday, card Saturday, the CASSPORTS History Contest Thursday. Big week in boxing. Now, you have to have been in at least 10 of my lives to be eligible, but everybody here been in damn near all of them, so that ain't no problem. You know, I don't want nobody coming in for the first or second time winning the prize. You know, that wouldn't be fair to my people. So, you know, it'll probably just be us anyway, but it's going to be fun. 40 questions, 40 good questions. 40 good questions. Here comes the link. I guess it's right. I'll find out. Anybody want to chop it up or down or whatever? Let me get that off the screen. Get my ring back up here. In the background. Oh, I believe I went the wrong way. I forgot already who was fighting Saturday. I just looked it up. do have a card check. This is like what, our third or fourth or something, Thursday and Friday fight of the week. That's all right. Let me go to see what's going on Saturday. I know we got a good card coming up. And like I say, we still got the Face of Boxing out there waiting to go on the schedule. We got Boots, the Quote, you know. So what we got on the schedule so far, and when we fit them names into it, it's going to be a fire year of boxing so far. Now, we started out 2023 with the Face of Boxing himself, starting out the year. So only way we would have topped that would have had the Face of Boxing start out this year. Don't forget, we got The Voice coming up next. There's BN Boxing News in the building. Salute to BN Boxing News. Get over there and subscribe to him. Another Friday JBT channel, if you haven't. But we all have. But anybody out there listening, BN Boxing News. Okay. Buy your channel. Buy your content. Just get over there and subscribe. Well, Saturday, what is Saturday anyway? The 9th? Because AJ and Nagano is the 8th. On the 9th, we got but that card in Saudi Arabia is good too. Remember I said Zilly Zhang and Joseph Parker. Parker riding high off that win over Wilder. Zilly Zhang gonna bring him down. Another championship card fight: Ray Vargas and Nick Ball for Vargas's featherweight strap. And yeah, what is that? Oh man, what are they? Yeah, 126 featherweights. Good card. We don't have a card on the 9th. Okay, we're getting it on Friday, so that's okay. Yeah, that's okay. We're getting this Friday. Might get a Casuals Corner on Saturday. So it's all good, right? We might get a Casuals Corner Saturday. Winding down another CASSPORTS. Tomorrow we're going to be in the Flyweight division, similar to this one. A lot of Asian fighters, a few South Americans sprinkled in, but not too many Americans. We found 2 Americans to put on this one today, but I still can't think of no Americans that currently campaign down that low. I guess nobody could, because I didn't see none in the chat. I don't think there is none. American fighters that fight down below like 122. Cool boy. I can't think of anybody else down below that level. So I didn't do too bad on the names today, though. I don't think. Nope. Then we got 108 and 105. And like I always say, 105. No grown man should be weighing 105 pounds. I don't think the way my 7-year-old granddaughter next time she come over here, I think she weighed 105, man. You got grown men. But you got jockeys, you know, to ride the horses down at those weights. So yeah, it's all good. It's all good. Everybody can't be big, you know. Right? Gotta have some small people. Different types of people make the world go round. Everybody can't look alike. That wouldn't be fun. Would it? Yeah. But I appreciate everybody coming through, as always. My regular group. I don't have a lot of people, but I got a good, solid core group of people that come through every day and support big time. And I really appreciate you. Miss Cass in here. And it's really great having a wife that's a hardcore boxing fan, man, I tell you. Because anybody else, if she wasn't a hardcore boxing fan, she would get tired of me hovering over this desk all the time, writing and Googling stuff and, you know. But she don't complain, you know. She was watching fights yesterday. She had put up some old fights watching them. I wasn't even watching. That's the kind of wife I got, man. Love it. watches the old fights and stuff. How many wives do that? Great. That is absolutely wonderful. Uh-oh. Old school say something. Oh, there you go. Really right. Yeah, you're connected now. There you go. What's up, old school?
Sam.
Not too much.
Man, I got a bad feeling AJ's going to embarrass the crap out of us.
I hope not. Don't say that.
Look,
I've
watched Ngannou with the UFC, dude. I've seen that dude hit by guys like Derek the Black Beast, Lewis, Stipe, the guy used to be champion, heavyweight champion, and cracked it. Didn't even budge that dude, man.
Yeah.
You know? He's going to walk right through AJ's punches.
Yeah. Yeah. They said he excelled at the part where you stand, what they call that, striking or something. I don't know.
Yeah, he's going to walk right through AJ's punches, dude. And the worst part is he's going to push him around. This is a big man.
Yeah, that's true. He's big. Fury couldn't even lean on. You know,
and if he gets AJ against them ropes, dude, you know what's going to happen.
Yeah. Who is AJ's trainer now? Do you know? Because I know he left Derek. I don't know.
Oh, Ben Davison, last I heard.
Well, Ben Davison, he's pretty good. Yeah, he's one of the top over there in the UK, Ben Davison. So, yeah, they probably going to have a good plan. You know,
his best plan with Francis is stick and move and keep like they said in the Rocky movie. He's breaking you up, stick and move. Yeah.
You know, he looked good in that Day of Reckoning, that last fight in December, though. Remember?
Yeah, that's a whole different story. This dude's way stronger. This dude punches way harder. Right. And this dude's got that wrestling background, so he's gonna manhandle AJ.
That's why Fury couldn't get that background. You're right. 100%
yeah, correct. AJ could. Fury couldn't even budge this dude. You know,
tried to elbow him. The Ngannou used to elbows and stuff.
When have you seen anybody manhandle Fury like that?
Nobody. That was the first time.
Yeah.
When the Ngannou did it. Now, didn't he win on one of the judges' cards, those school? Wasn't it a split decision?
I had Fury losing that fight.
Yeah.
Go back and watch it. Fury did clean things up towards the end of the fight, but Fury was still getting manhandled and beat up on.
Plus, he had a 2-point round. He put Fury on the mat, remember? Now, that was 10 rounds, though, right? Now, this one, how many rounds is this one with AJ?
I have no idea.
Me neither, because I know Fury was 10 and the title wasn't on the line. So I'm going to have to check that.
Yeah, the best thing AJ can do is stick move. Don't let him get him against the ropes. Stay away from the corner. Stay away from the ropes. Keep the fight in the middle of the ring and keep away from that dude.
The ropes is off limits. Definitely off limits. I mean,
that dude will punish him.
Yeah, on the ropes, that could be real bad for him. He might get stopped.
And AJ's got a bad habit of backing his way into the ropes.
He can't do that against this guy. No.
And that damn no head movement he's got, bro. He's a target waiting to happen.
You really think Ngannou gonna get him, huh? Damn,
dude, I got a bad. When I heard this fight was announced, I was like, bad move. What, Eddie? And I want to. If I could have a face to face with Eddie, I'd be like, now hold on. You wouldn't take the fight with Wilder because you were scared your boy was going to get his head knocked off, but you're going to put him in the ring with this dude? Are you crazy?
Yeah. It's 10 rounds. Yeah, 10 rounds. Yeah. Not a good move.
How stupid can you be? They got to be paying an awful lot of fucking money to have Eddie Hearn throw him under the bus like that.
Thank you, Justin. Yeah, 10 rounds. What'd you say, old school?
I said, they got to be paying an awful lot of money for Eddie to throw AJ under the bus like that.
Yeah, they are. You know that. AJ might pull it off, though. I got him pulling it off, outboxing him.
Bro, I'll be very surprised, Cass. I want him to win because I don't want boxing to get another black eye, and I think boxing got a black eye in the Fury fight. But come on.
Just by him going on the mat, that was a black eye right there, man.
You know who would have done a hell of a lot better against this dude?
Who's that?
Big Bang Zhang.
Zhang, okay. He's on the card, though. Yeah.
he would be the better fight against Ngannou.
If Ngannou pull it off, he might fight him. You know, because if he pull it off against AJ, wow.
And Wilder Wilder cannot fight. If he does fight, if he fights Francis, he cannot fight like he did this last fight, dude.
Oh, hell no. No. When he fought Parker, right?
Right. Wilder's got to go back to being the killer that he used to be. That buddy shit and all, you know, and all the smiles. No. We need the killer instinct, Wilder.
Yeah, Wilder never got in any box like that. I don't remember him do it like he was fighting Parker, man.
Dude, the worst part is, and I hate to say this, but Wilder reminded me of Jamel with Canelo.
Canelo. Yeah, it wasn't the thing. Wilder even leading up to it.
No. He was too nice. You didn't see that. I'm going to get you.
None of that.
I'm going to rip your head off. None of that shit.
Nope. He was a different Wilder leading up to it, and then the fight he was different too. He got beat. Well, there's Ant. Oh, that's him. Oh, there's Ant McQueen. Here we go. What's up, Ant McQueen?
What up, Ant?
In the building. What's happening? What you think, Ant, about the AJ and the Ngannou?
Oh, it's interesting.
Yeah, it is. I'm looking forward to it.
Let's hear it break down, shorty.
I thought AJ fought exceptionally well in his last fight.
I did too.
He looked he was like very decisive.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But he'd also been in the ring with Wilding quite a few times in sparring, so he knew what to expect with Wilding.
Yeah. They were
but then it's like even that with the sparring is, you know, it's like the nature of the sparring too, because you got sometimes where you got guys just go in there and they going back and forth, and then then you got other times when guys are working on things specifically.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. True.
I think with him, the biggest thing was that, you know, irrespective of what Wallin came to do, he knew what he came to do. You know, I just watched his interview. He just did that off the cuff, and he talked about that specifically, just not being overly concerned with what the other guy is putting forth, but just doing his own thing.
Yeah, that's important.
That's what that fight really looked like. It looked like that for sure. He didn't really look like he was thinking in there. It looked like he was being proactive, and in times when he needed to be reactive, he was.
Mm-hmm. Just letting the fight come to him.
Yep.
Yeah.
Not hesitating, taking advantage of openings.
Yep.
I think with Ngannou, I thought that he gave a really good account of himself in the Fury fight. Excuse me. Only thing I would say with him is that he seemed a little bit uncertain of like how to pace himself. Yeah, you know, UFC is like those 5-minute rounds, and it's like three rounds for a standard match, and I wouldn't say it's like 5 for a championship match. So now going 10 or 12 in a boxing match, it's a little bit different.
I think he'd probably be better at it this time, having done it though, right? Having that experience, right?
Quite possibly. Yeah. Quite possibly. He definitely has a good skill set.
Yeah. Is Mike Tyson still training him, right?
Nah, he was with this dude. No. I know he got a few pointers from Mike Tyson, but Mike Tyson didn't train him for a majority of the camp. Okay. It was this gentleman's name is escaping me right now.
Yeah.
It'll come to me eventually. But I thought that he you know, he was formidable in that fight against Fury. You know, I think part of it, you know, we were saying that Fury was out of shape and this, that, and the third. And I don't think that Fury acquitted himself the best that he could. But by the same token, you definitely saw him in there thinking. He was spinning his wheels at one point because he came out orthodox, then he went southpaw. He tried to press him, tried to box him the outside. tried to box mid-range. So he was definitely in there trying different things.
Yeah.
And for most of the things that he tried, Ngannou had an answer for it. But he was able to outpoint him.
But it was a split decision. Didn't Ngannou win on one card?
I'm not sure.
I
I can't remember what. All I remember is that Fury got the nod. That's all.
Yeah,
I
he got the nod. Yeah.
I'm gonna look right now on.
Okay.
On box.
The good thing we're gonna get to see it Friday. I'm looking forward to that one.
Well, I tell you what.
Yeah, it was a split.
Remember, Nate fans were mad as hell when when Fury got the nod.
Yeah. So you think it was a robbery, old school?
I don't think it was a robbery. I think it was a very, very close fight, but I still had Francis winning it.
Yeah, Francis. Yeah, it was close. It was close. Yeah.
I had Fury winning it. And the reason being is he was just a lot steadier. He was more consistent. And then that post-fight interview when Ngannou talked about, being concerned with his pace and how he didn't want to gas out, it made a lot of sense.
Right. Yeah.
And that's the thing. When you're scoring points, you're scoring points. Doesn't always have to be in emphatic fashion. I think Ngannou, he landed the best shot of the fight that put Fury down.
Oh,
but
yeah.
outside of that, Fury was far more consistent. And that's what wins fights, is consistency. You got to continue to bring it.
What the judges looking at.
If you look at the loss Ngannou had in the UFC to Stipe, Stipe was actually outboxing him a little bit. And then Stipe was smart. He put him on the ground and beat him up. And then Francis's cardio started dying in the late rounds when he stopped it.
Yeah.
So his cardio is a little bit questionable.
Interesting.
I mean, he is a big guy. He's a big guy.
Yeah.
So
he's a huge dude.
Yeah. He's carrying quite a bit of mass with him, man. So
yeah,
I can understand it. And then the other thing too with that is, the striking isn't quite the same,
right,
from boxing to the UFC, because striking isn't just punching. In MMA, it could be a punch, it could be a kick, it could be an elbow, it could be a spinning back fist, it could be a knee.
Yeah.
Anything that isn't grappling is considered a strike. So you got some guys in the UFC where they may be good at striking in one aspect or in one discipline, but not necessarily like in straight up boxing, hand-to-hand combat.
How long are their rounds? I know it's 5 rounds, right?
5 minutes.
5 minutes.
5 minutes. Okay. So
that means even at most, if you're in a championship fight in the UFC, you're only fighting 25 minutes.
That's it.
Tops.
Yeah. Yeah. But like I said, maybe since he been through the experience one time, he can better have himself more prepared a little bit better prepared this time,
Yeah, quite possibly.
Yeah.
And the other thing too is this. We kind of discount Anthony Joshua's power quite a bit. Like that,
I know.
That dude, he's a stronger puncher than Tyson Fury is. Now you can argue about all around skill, who's got more diversity to their game or to their tool set, but that dude Anthony Joshua can crack.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was telling Cass earlier though. I have never, and I've seen Ngannou hit by some big guys like Derek the Black Beast Lewis, and I've never seen that dude get wobbled, ever. I don't think AJ's got the power to wobble
differently though. This is what I'm saying though, Will, because I think that's a good point. I mean, a chin is a chin, but by the same token, it's like some of those UFC, even the guys who excel at striking, is not quite the same as boxing, where everything is coming straight and firm, and it's a nice compact punch, as opposed to a guy throwing like this or throwing like that. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I can see that. Yeah.
It's just a little bit different, just because of like the technique. Like with Anthony Joshua has an 88% KO ratio.
That's not bad. That's almost 90%. Man. And plus, it's a good card too. Overall, yeah, 88. Plus, it's a good card overall too. Zilly Zhang and Joe.
You just talk about Wallin, right? Like he just stopped Wallin in 25 plus fights. He had never been stopped. His lone loss was to Tyson Fury. That was a decision. That went 12. AJ got him up out of there in about 5 or 6.
Yeah, hey, bro, that's another one. I had Wallin winning that fight against Fury. I don't know how they gave Fury the nod on that fight.
Quite a few people did. You remember, he was the one that busted him up, put that big scar over his eye, and
yep.
That's why he got that. That's why he got that nice little gash and sparring. It's in the same spot that scar tissue opened up.
Yeah, well, he sure was.
Well, as boxing fans, we got to pray that AJ don't get knocked out and embarrass us.
No, not necessarily. I don't look at that. I don't look at it that way, because we're talking about a guy that has experience with boxing. It's not like he's coming from lacrosse or badminton or something like that.
Yeah.
He's coming from another sport where they fight, and if I'm not mistaken, his primary discipline is boxing. He just fights against other guys who aren't always practitioners of boxing themselves. Like, that's the thing that I think is interesting about MMA, because it really is multidisciplinary. Like, you got some guys do jiu-jitsu, some guys do this, that, and the third, but it's still fighting at the end of the day. And you got some guys that, again, they have a boxing background or kickboxing, whatever it is. So yeah, it's not like he's not fighting against a guy that's like a former volleyball player, or like he's doing like track and field or some shit like that. Like, no, it's a guy that fights, punches people in the face, gets punched in the face. Won a majority of his fights by knockout, or even the decisions is, through striking. So it is what it is.
Justin says he thinks AJ gonna stick and move until Nagano gets tired and then step on the gas. But it wouldn't be surprised if AJ gets caught. Wow.
No, I personally, I would be, because we talk about AJ's chin. In his 3 losses, he got 3 losses. 2 to Usyk, the other one to Andy Ruiz. He'd only been stopped at one time, and even when he got stopped, he was on his feet. The fight got waved off, and this was after he told the ref that he wanted to continue.
Right. Yeah, Andy Ruiz
and the shot that buzzed him, it wasn't even a shot on his chin. He got hit like right here, like on the temple, or like head to air, like that, and his equilibrium was off.
Hit back.
And from my understanding, he had a concussion going into that fight, and the man didn't make any excuses about it. It's not like he got hit on the chin and he just got sparked. We talk about AJ like he's Dillian White or somebody like that. Like Dillian White, we seen this dude get sparked on 3 different occasions against AJ, against Fury, and against what's my guy's name? Povetkin. All 3 times he got hit with an uppercut on the chin, and he was like sparked out. And we be talking about AJ's chin like he got one of those. Like, no, he's not a Amir Khan. I'm not saying that he's got like this granite chin where it's just completely just impenetrable. You know what I mean? Like, you can't damage him. But by the same token, I think he's held up pretty well, especially against the caliber of fighters that he's fought. Joseph Parker, Povetkin, Ruiz twice.
Yeah,
Usyk, Helenius beat the dog crap out of what's name twice. What's my guy's name? And I feel bad for him, because it seems like every fight now he's getting knocked out. The Polish dude, Kalnaki.
Oh, yeah, Adam. Yeah. Is he still fighting? Because he
just got stopped the other night.
Knockout.
He just got stopped the other night. I want to say
about
the first
that.
round.
Yeah, that's right. So he got a string of like a knockout streak going the wrong way though.
It feels that way. Pulev, sturdy guy. Klitschko.
Yeah.
There's another guy. You know what I mean? So, and even in that fight against Klitschko, remember, you know, when he won the title, when he won the titles off of Klitschko, he got dropped in the 6th round, got up, and then stopped Klitschko in the 11th. So
yeah, that was
Anthony Joshua. I think that his fortitude and his toughness are just a tad bit understated.
Underrated. Yeah.
I would just say understated. I would say understated, or even possibly underrated, because I feel like
Just you coming on
such a lasting impression on
4 o'clock. Oh yeah, I was into this conversation, but yeah. But at least we're gonna be. I'm looking forward to it. I got AJ. I think I got him by decision.
Me too.
I got him by decision and or stoppage. I got decision. I think he's gonna be able to.
I don't see him stopping Francis at all. Nobody's been able to stop Francis.
I think he's gonna be able to outbox him and pull it off.
I think Anthony Joshua could stop him. You got a guy that's got a damn near 90% KO ratio.
I wouldn't be surprised. But I
would.
That's all it takes is one shot, and then here's the other thing too. Again, this is Francis' 2nd time going 10 rounds in boxing. If he was concerned about getting gassed last time, what happens in those middle rounds if he gets a little bit fatigued and he starts getting caught? He could get worn down real fast.
Yeah.
It could happen.
Yeah, we'll see.
What you say, old school?
I said we'll see.
Both of these guys got enough artillery to really hurt the other one.
Yeah, it could be a good fight. Good fan-friendly fight.
Yep.
Well, okay, fellas. I'm gonna get ready for Just Do Boxing.
All right, guys. I'll see y'all later.
A good talk.
Right,
okay.
James.
I'll see y'all tomorrow at 2. Appreciate you. Appreciate y'all. Okay, everybody. Another CASSPORTS into the history books. Be back tomorrow at 2, though. Ant McQueen, BN Boxing News, Mike Rhyme, Lonnie Lee, hashtag JBT, William Old School of Rant, Tim Layton, hashtag JBT, Justin James, hashtag JBT, Thomas Hill, hashtag JBT, Remo, hashtag JBT, hashtag Let's Talk Fashion, Mike Masick, and Miss Cass, hashtag JBT. And Old School and Ant McQueen on the panel today. Appreciate them. And I appreciate everybody for continuing to rock with my growing channel. Be back tomorrow at 2. Just Do Boxing, already in progress. I am CASSPORTS. Everybody have a good day.